Alright, as some of you may have known, when I originally started this, I originally had the idea of having 3 harems, which is a buck to 3 females. And this was for the purpose of being able to, if I needed to replace the buck from one harem, to be able to breed one buck with a doe, and then take one of their offspring and put it over there, to help keep, you know, gene pools going. But I think I'm going to narrow it down to 2 harems, especially right now where I am. So I need less bucks and more does. I think I only need 1 more doe, maybe 2, because Coco refuses to get pregnant. So the plan here is to get rid of the 2 bucks that don't have qualities that I like. One of them is sirloin. I haven't filmed it, but he's actually kind of an aggressive breeder. He seems sweet, but he's a biter when it comes to breeding. He's bitten Coco, and he's bitten me a couple times when I force them apart when they get into fights. So he's gonna go, and it's kind of raining. And then root beer. I'm gonna get rid of root beer because, like that, he's hard on my cages and actually is legitimately trying to tear them apart. So I can't have that because he'll hurt himself or somebody else while he's trying to tear up my cages. So I'll be prepping him today, and I'll be butchering him first by myself because my dad's off at camp. So I'm going to do it at least once so I can say that I've done it by myself. And those are the plans for the 2 bucks right now. Coco is a problem because she refuses to give me babies. She's a beautiful doe. She really is, but she refuses to get pregnant. The only problem is I got her and French Fry from friends who wanted to keep them as pets, and that wasn't working out. So I'm actually going to wait to get rid of Coco until we move, and because the kids are still kind of attached to them. So I'm going to wait for their sake. But once we move and she hasn't produced, then she's got to go because she's a strain on my resources, which need to go to my producing rabbits. So yeah, that's kind of the plan right now, is to get rid of those 2, which will free up 2 of my cages to put nutmeg and pepper back in. And then maybe I need 1 more doe, I think. But yeah, that's kind of the plan right now, and I may have to get more after that. Or may have to get rid of more after that, but yeah, that's kind of the plan right now. Is root beer will probably end up going. He's sort of shedding right now. His coat is going from black brown to just black, which is actually kind of pretty, but so anyways, yeah. Alright, let me explain what it means to prepare a rabbit for butcher. First of all, you have to take that rabbit off of food for about 4 to 3 days. Why? Because when you want to butcher something, you actually have to get into the insides. And that means you have to get into the bladder, the stomach, the intestines, all that stuff. And that stuff you don't want to accidentally cut open, because if it has, poop and pee in it and you cut it open and it gets all over the meat, you have wasted all of the work you just did and spoiled the meat. And you don't want that. So you have to take them off food for a couple days, leave them on water, but about the day before or so you take them off water. Get as much out of their system as you can, so that when you do cut into them, after you kill them and after you've skinned them, when you do cut into the stomach, so that way if there is an accident and you do cut into something you're not supposed to, you have a less likely chance of spoiling all the hard work you have and spoiling the meat you are trying to harvest and making the entire process pointless. So that's what it is to prepare a rabbit for butcher. Alright, today is Friday and I have finished butchering root beer. Went really quick, and he's weighing almost 4 pounds, undressed. So I've cleared space and I've already moved Pepper into his old cage. Yeah, so I'm a little sad, but he was really hard on my cages, so I really couldn't have that. I also needed to get rid of a couple of rabbits. I think I'm going to not expand my rabbitry right now because there's no reason to. I don't need to produce this many rabbits. So the next one on the list will be sirloin. But since tomorrow is the beginning of the new month, I'm going to go ahead and keep him long enough to breed with French fry tomorrow. And then start prepping him for butcher as well. And then these guys will also be weaning. And I'll have to start lining up a couple more butchers to get underway. I got a couple of other plans I need to get to work on. I need to take some of this scrap stuff and I need to make a breeding pen. Instead of using one of those little cages over there to put them in, I need to make a breeding pen. And I have another idea for a cage. Not a kidding cage, but it'll be just about as big as one. What I'll probably do is take a kidding cage and then something like this dimension and then cut it in half here, here, and here. And I won't include these. Instead, they'll be for setting the rabbits aside 4 at a time, preparing for butcher. So it'll be easier to keep them off food so that we can clear out their tracks. I don't know when I'll get to that, but eventually, sometime, so we'll see. For now, I need to do a couple things in the rabbitry. There needs to be a little bit of cleanup going on, and of course building those new cages. Weaning, breeding, trimming claws, all happens tomorrow, next week, somewhere within that time. So, yeah, lots going on. And of course, again, I don't think she is extremely stubborn, so at this point it looks like when we move and get land, she's gonna go. I don't think she'd make a very good pet, so we'll probably end up butchering her, but only after we move. So, yeah. Alright, today's the beginning of the new month. That means lots of work for the first week of the month. First off, today is the day that we wean these guys. So I'll be taking Mama out and leaving them in. Mama will get her own cage again. Yeah. After that, I'm going to take sirloin and I'm going to breed French fry again. I know I'm going out of order. Some of my other girls are getting extremely long days off, but that's probably fine with them. So we'll try French fry again because he's a Flemish and I don't want to breed him with a smaller doe. So, sirloin and French fry today because she's got a large cage and doesn't need one of those two. I might be okay with building one more kidding cage, but I'm still going to build that holding cage for cat holding cage for butchering. Also, the first week of the month also means trimming claws and checking ears. So, I'll be doing that throughout the week. I'll probably pick one day. I'll probably go ahead and try to sit out here and build my breeding pen that I have planned. so that I have it easier to breed. I don't think I have the necessary wire left over to build another kidding cage or that holding pen, but some other time. We'll get it some other time. Alright, so that's all for now. It's really not a whole lot else to update on. Coco has not given me kits, so we'll be giving her a break from breeding, at least for now. We'll probably try a nicer buck another month and see if I can't get her to give me at least a litter or two. Yep, so that's some of my plans. Alright guys, it's the beginning of the new month and you know what that means. A new chew toy for the month, which probably won't last the entire month, but it looks like I've got enough grassy nibblers for everybody. So, here we go. There you go. Rudy! Alright, I've gotten French fry 3 times with sirloin. Last time I think we only did 2, so she was a little less willing this time. Probably not in heat, but hopefully she'll give us a litter at the end of the month, unlike Coco. And maybe that will save him from being butchered because he's an aggressive breeder. So anyways, we'll see. Got something to look forward to at the end of the month.